Hello and welcome to World in 5. President Mnangagwa says governments must incorporate in their systems the fourth industrial revolution, which is anchored on the increased impact of artificial intelligence. The president believes this will help foster economic and technological development. He was speaking at the official opening of the 57th Plenary Assembly session of the SADC Parliamentary Forum in Victoria Falls earlier yesterday. Sharon Munjenjima was in the resort city with details.
Artificial intelligence is transforming the world, and SADC parliaments are gathering in Victoria Falls to chart its course for the region. At the opening of the SADC Parliamentary Forum Assembly, President Emmerson Mnangagwa, the SADC chairperson, called on regional parliaments to harness the benefits of artificial intelligence. He also cautioned that its adoption must enhance and not compromise democracy.
At a national scale, the adoption of artificial intelligence and other emerging technologies must enhance rather than compromise the integrity and independence of our democratic institutions. To this end, measures must be put in place to deal with issues of cybersecurity, data protection, digital sovereignty, and the potential for technological dependency, among others.
President Mnangagwa emphasized that artificial intelligence should be leveraged to bridge the gap between citizens and legislators, enhancing public engagement and representation. He called on regional lawmakers to develop AI frameworks that are tailored to the SADC region's unique needs rather than simply replicating global models.
As the Bluffview community mourns the death of a local resident, Samuel Machara, aged 39, who was killed by his neighbor Mike Mupinga's pit bull at the weekend, calls have been made for stricter regulations or even a ban on pit bulls and other dangerous dog breeds. With Mupinga, aged 41, expected to appear in court this Tuesday to answer to culpable homicide charges, our crew visited the area to hear the community's concerns.
So this is the house where the pit bulls were actually kept. As you can see, this is the durable where one of the pit bulls actually jumped over. Now, according to witness accounts, the late Samuel Machara was taking a stroll from his house. Apparently, he was a neighbor to this particular house right here. So he was taking a stroll to come outside and get a smoke. Unfortunately, due to his family's religious beliefs, he wasn't allowed to smoke just about the gate or inside the house, so therefore he had to take a stroll and come over this area here. Unfortunately, it was then later that morning around 6 a.m. where he was found over there viciously attacked to death by a dog. Now, this has sparked conversations amongst many Zimbabweans. Should Zimbabwe ban these dogs?
After 10 to 11 ndo pandakaparadzana nani naye mpassage mumba medu achida masitiki emechise kupita fochi but fochi kaiputire mugeti nekuti isu tiri mapostori. Inini ndakatodaidzwa nemukomana panext zvinzi uyai muone mukomana pampenya akarara apa asi akarumwa nembwa. Saka takazobuda tichinotarisa ndaifunga kuti kurumwa kwekuti munhu akwara tiende nemunhu kuchipatara. Saka ndakatobuda chinosvika ipapo tichiona kuti munhu hapasisina kwakuchitongovhara kwakuenda unoripota police.
Shocked, heartbroken and struggling to come to terms with these tragic loss, Agnes Kubenda, sister-in-law to the late Samuel Machara, shares her account of the incident.
Mukomana akaborwa kaita buri miri wake uyo wangu akajikiwa hazvitsananguri hazvitarisiki.
SADC member states have been implored to work towards the implementation of a number of resolutions and agreements for the bloc to remain economically relevant globally. Officiating the 34th Committee of Ministers of Trade and the 24th Ministerial Task Force on Regional Integration at the new Parliament building in Mount Hapton, SADC senior officials, Chairperson and Secretary for Foreign Affairs and International Trade, Ambassador Albert Chimbindi, said member states must strive to prioritize critical trade facilitation and eliminate trade barriers.
I, therefore, call upon all member states and our secretariat to redouble efforts towards the full and timely implementation of all the pending decisions. Only through coordinated action and a sense of urgency can we deliver on our shared aspirations. Intra-SADC trade, particularly at these trying times globally, should be at the center of what we do. Trade is so key to regional development and industrialization that we should never again allow ourselves to fail to meet.
On Sunday, Gaza City witnessed the direct hit of a residential high-rise building, which Palestinian media referred to as the missile strike of Israeli forces. We can actually see the moment the explosion of the building in the Sheikh Radwan neighborhood, with plumes of smoke billowing and dust engulfing the area as residents fled. Locals were also seen sweeping shattered glass in front of a nearby shop, and media reported a series of Israeli airstrikes, noting that the Israeli Defense Forces had issued advanced evacuation warnings to residents prior to the attack. Thank you for watching.